The Gender View Invitational Bull Sale will offer 70 industry-relevant Limousin and Angus bulls at the
Once again,
Coolabunga
just two
Sale
schools
Yards,
left to collect
August
their cards
16
for the
at 12
Teams
p.m.
Challenge.
Semen
St.
and morphology
John's
tested, fully vaccinated. A bull for everyone. Contact your preferred GDL agent. The Gender View Invitational... The Gender View Invitational Bull Sale will offer 70 industry-relevant Limousin and Angus bulls at the Coolabunga Sale Yards, August 16 at 12 p.m. Semen and morphology tested, fully vaccinated. A bull for everyone. Contact your preferred GDL agent. The Gender View... The Gender View Invitational Bull Sale will offer 70 industry-relevant Limousin and Angus bulls at the Coolabunga Sale Yards, August 16 at 12 p.m. Semen and morphology tested, fully vaccinated. A bull for everyone. Contact your preferred GDL agent. The Gender View... The Gender View Invitational Bull Sale will offer 70 industry-relevant Limousin and Angus bulls at the Coolabunga Sale Yards, August 16 at 12 p.m. Semen and morphology tested, fully vaccinated. A bull for everyone. Contact your preferred GDL agent. The Gender View... The Gender View Invitational Bull Sale will offer 70 industry-relevant Limousin and Angus bulls at the Coolabunga Sale Yards, August 16 at 12 p.m. Semen and morphology tested, fully vaccinated. A bull for everyone. Contact your preferred GDL agent. The Gender View... The Gender View Invitational Bull Sale will offer 70 industry-relevant Limousin and Angus bulls at the Coolabunga Sale Yards, August 16 at 12 p.m. Semen and morphology tested, fully vaccinated. A bull for everyone. Contact your preferred GDL agent. The Gender...
State High School and St John's College, Lismore. You haven't collected your cards as yet. If we could have a representative from each of those schools forward, please.
Young judges, just in the ring, just for confirmation, you are judging these as stud heifers. They are all 17 months old. So you can assume they're all 17 months old and you're judging them as stud heifers. Young judges in the ring, you have 3 more minutes, so to 12:15. If you have finished, please feel free to hand your cards into the stewards. Just a reminder, again, you are judging these as stud heifers, 17 months of age.
Just a reminder, competitors, if you have finished, you don't have to take all your full time. If you have finished, you can hand your cards in. It'll just help our computer work here a little bit quicker.
Keith, they've got 15 seconds.
You've got 15 seconds, righto. Yeah, not everyone will speak either. We'll be calling a spokesperson for the schools that we require. Thank you. Right, time's up, competitors. Time's up. Hand your cards in. Right, all cards should be in now.
The Gender View Invitational Bull Sale will offer 70 industry-relevant Limousin and Angus bulls at the Coolabunga Sale Yards, August 16 at 12 p.m. Semen and morphology tested, fully vaccinated. A bull for everyone. Contact your preferred GDL agent. The Gender View... The Gender View Invitational Bull Sale will offer 70 industry-relevant Limousin and Angus bulls at the Coolabunga Sale Yards, August 16 at 12 p.m. Semen and morphology tested, fully vaccinated. A bull for everyone. Contact your preferred GDL agent. The Gender View Invitational Bull Sale will offer 7...
with the number of schools participating, it just takes a little while to get the information added into our computer here to get the required results. So it won't be long, we'll be with you shortly. Right, I've got a list now of 14 schools who will require the spokesperson for each of these. The first of those being McIntyre High School, so if your spokesperson could come out the front straight away. The others, if we can have the spokespeople for Emorse College, Monto High School, Toogoolawah State High, Scone Grammar, Quinalow, Glen Innes High School, Westmorton Anglican College, Maclean High, St Mary's Catholic College, Wilsonton State High School, Rockhampton Grammar, the Southport School, and Downlands. Now, representatives for each of those teams, if you can go out the back, and we require the spokesperson for McIntyre High to come out the front here. Oh, well, yeah, righto. Yeah, right, that's right. We'll have them all out, the team out here. Our overjudge today for this competition is Mr. Ben Passmore, principal of Ben Jardin Limousin from Clifton, Ellen Gowan, I think he said, and Eliza, your surname again? Eliza Thompson will be the spokesperson for the McIntyre High School.
Thank you.
Now, hold it up here, not down there, and get it right up close to your mouth. Keep it up close.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Eliza, and I'm stood here today with Byron and Damon, and we are proudly representing McIntyre High School. Before we begin, we'd just like to thank the RNA, the head judge, the owners and exhibitors of his cattle, and everyone who made this day possible. The order we placed this lovely line of heifers in is 3, 2, 4, 1. We placed 3 in first because as soon as she walked out in the ring, she was the whole package. She had good neck extension, she naturally shows herself off, she's good growth for age, she's feminine, she's structurally correct, and she's got a good back line. She's a true credit to the breeder. In second year today, we placed number 2. She's smooth throughout the shoulder, she's even throughout, she's got good hip to pin, she's feminine, she's got good udder development, but she just didn't have as much depth as the one above her. In third year today, we placed number 4. She's got great growth for age, good udder development. She just lacked a bit in the hind quarter and wasn't as feminine as the 2 above her, but it's still a credit to the breeder. And in fourth year today, we've got 1. She's got great length of body, good hip to pin, good udder development, good spring of rib, but she just walked a bit short and she was just a bit outclassed here today. Once again, we'd just like to thank the RNA, the head judge, the owners and exhibitors of cattle, and everyone who made this day possible. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Our next school will be Emmaus College, and spokesperson for Emmaus is Mr. Ian Hind. Ian, down there, and keep it up close to your mouth.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Ian Hind, and with me today I have Taj Croker and Kira Davies. First of all, before I place comments on these fine lot of stud heifers, I'd just like to thank the RNA, the overjudge, the exhibitors, and everybody else who made this day possible. The order I've put these heifers in is 3, 1, 2, 4. For me, number 3 just ticked all those boxes. She had great length and depth, good hip to pin ratio, and just really feminine in that heifer, and tracks out really well. And just in second, we've got heifer number 1. Just for me, she just lacked that little bit of size about her. Still great heifer. She got real good top line. The depth in this heifer is absolutely tremendous. Real lengthy heifer, and just overall a good heifer. It was very hard to split these 2 up in the top place. Third place, we've got heifer number. How much?
Your hand up higher on there. That's a thing. Keep going.
Just a bit smaller heifer for this class. at 17 months of age. I'd just expect just a little bit more size about her, but still really lengthy. Just lacking that little bit of depth isn't there. Still feminine, and that hip to pin is also there. And heifer number 4 we've got down in last place. I just noticed as she was standing there, she's a little bit cow-hocked in the legs, which just isn't structurally sound properly. Just want her down the bottom. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ian. Our next school will be the Monto High School, and spokesperson for Monto is Tessa Spencer. Hold it up there, so your hand's right up there, away from the bottom there, and get it up close to your mouth.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Tessa, and standing up here with me today is Dakota and Eli, and we're from Monto State High School. Before we begin, we would like to thank the Overjudge, the RNA Show Society, and anyone else who made this day possible. Today, we've placed these heifers in the order of 3, 1, 2, 4. When you look at heifer number, she tracked well around the ring. She has good teat placement. She's nice. She's got good width between her pin bones for that easy carving, and she's a very feminine heifer. Heifer number 1 in second has good teat placement, a very feminine heifer. She was lacking the width between her pin bones that heifer number 3 in first displayed, but she does stand on thick bone. Heifer number 2 in third place was wide across that top line. She had good hip to pin placement. I did notice she was stiff in that back end as she trapped around the ring, but she also did stand on good bone. Heifer number 4 in fourth place today was a feminine heifer, but we did notice she was cow-hocked, and her teat placement wasn't the best, but she did have good hip to pin. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Tessa. Our next school up will be the Toogoolawah State High School, and spokesperson for Toogoolawah will be Clancy Dool. Clancy, hold it right up here with your hand, and keep it up close to your mouth.
Okay, thank you. Good afternoon. On behalf of Toogoolawah State High School, James, Dusty and I would like to thank the Overjudge, the owners and exhibitors of these animals, the RNA and everyone else who could make this event possible. The order that we have placed these heifers in today is 2, 3, 1, 4. We went for this smaller heifer on top today as we believe that she was the most structurally correct heifer in her class. She's extremely feminine. She's got that tremendous hip to pin. She's a tremendous bodied heifer, and her carcass attributes are tremendous and a credit to their breed. In second place today, we had heifer number 3. This black heifer, she's got tremendous neck extension. She's extremely stylish. She's a very showy heifer. She's got that strong top line. She's got that good depth of body. We just believe that she probably lacked a little bit in the structural correctness in her hind legs as the heifer on top today. The two heifers that we had in third and fourth place, we tossed up a little bit between them two today. We believe that they're both very, very similar heifers. They've both got that femininity. They've got that good capacity that they carry right through. They've got that good hip to pin development. But we just believed that they both lacked in the smoothness over the shoulder, and they both weren't very structurally correct as the two heifers on top. However, we just believed that heifer number 1 was a little bit more structurally correct in her hind legs as heifer number 4. Overall, all these animals are a credit to their exhibitors. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Clancy. Our next school will be representing the Scone Grammar School, and Cooper Clark will be their spokesperson. Keep it right up. Keep your hand right up close to there, away from the bottom. And away from the bottom. There, that's better. And keep the mic up close to your mouth.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Before I get underway here today, on behalf of Ava, Henry and I would like to thank everyone that made this event possible, and it's an absolute privilege to be here and speak on such an excellent class of animals. Today's order, I've placed them in 3, 1, 2, 4. 3 for us here today. She was just a complete package. That neck extension as she come in, I really admired that. She's refined through the shoulder, and then she's got that length through the body, and she's wide in the hips, and I really admired her. That's why she's up on top here today. Into second place, we've got heifer number 1. Another big female. She's got that depth, and she's got that expression of muscle in the hind quarter. I'd just like to see a bit more extension in that neck, which would have her up on top here today. But in third place, I've got heifer number 2. Another excellent female, plenty of width. This heifer probably had the most... this heifer was probably one of the soundest animals in the class, and I really admired her for that. Just a few things I'd fix up through the shoulder there, and a bit more neck extension, but other than that, I really admired her. Down into 4th place here today. This heifer, she's got everything as well. She's got depth and she's got width in the top. Just a couple of things I'd fix up there in the back leg, bit of angle, and they turn out a little bit, which has got her down below here today. But yet again, thank you everyone. It's been a pleasure to speak.
Thank you, Cooper. To speak on behalf of the Quinalow High, we'll welcome the team from Quinalow, Zoe Campbell.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Zoe Campbell, and I am proudly representing Quinlow State School, alongside with my team Zara Gillick and Noah Cooks. Before I say the comments, we would just like to thank the Echo Show Society, the handlers and exhibitors of these cattle, and everyone else who made this day possible. In first place, we put heifer 3. We thought that this heifer, she tracked really well around the ring. She had good depth. She was very feminine through those shoulders. She had that length in the top line, but it was her overall length that got her up in first place today. In second place, we put heifer number 2. This heifer had that depth of body as well. She had that length in her hip to pin. She was very feminine, but this heifer we thought just didn't track as well as the heifer above her. In third place today, we put heifer 3. This heifer, she was very feminine and she had good length, but she just didn't have that depth as what all the other heifers had above her today, but still a really good heifer. In fourth place, we put heifer 4. We really admired this heifer for her depth, but she was just lacking in that udder development, so that's what got her down in fourth place today. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Glen Innes High School, their team to come forward and to speak on behalf of Glen Innes will be Susie Lockwood.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Susie Lockwood, and alongside me I have Isla McIndoe and Eliza Newbury representing Glen Innes High School. Before I begin today, I'd like to thank the overjudge, the breeders and producers of these cattle, and everyone who made this event possible. I placed these cattle in the order of 3, 1, 4, and 2. The heifer I placed in first has the length, the movement, the feminine structure, and the udder development we're looking for. The heifer I placed in second, number 1, has good hip to pin, depth, has a good tail set, feminine. The only thing that got this heifer down was the lack of neck development. In third, I've got heifer number 4. She has a good tail set, a good top line, she's well framed, good bone. The only thing that got her down was her back legs and her teat placement. The heifer I placed in fourth is number 2. She's a good bodied heifer with depth. And very even. She's just smaller than the other heifers and isn't as structurally correct. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Susie. Westmoreton Agricultural College will be next up, and spokesperson will be Kai Besgrove. Hold it right up close, the hand up close, and the mic up close to your mouth.
Yeah, okay, thank you. Before I pass my comments on this fine line of heifers, I just want to thank the Echo Show Society and anyone that could make this day possible. The order that we've placed these fine line of heifers is 3, 1, 2, 4. As soon as 3 came out in the ring, you could see she had the full capacity, she was feminine, she had the depth, the width, the neck extension, pretty much everything that you would want in a heifer. The one that we've put in second, number 1, she has the depth and is full through the barrel, but she just doesn't have the structurally correctness udders as the one that's in front of her. The heifer that we've put in number 3, 2, she has a feminine head and very smooth out through the shoulders, but she tracks short compared to the 2 heifers in front of her. And heifer number 4, we've placed in 4. She has a lovely hip to pin, but we would just like to see her tidier in the back area. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Kai. Our next school up will be Maclean High, and we'll ask Lily Small to speak on behalf of them. Hold the mic up close there, in your hand.
Yep, thank you.
Close to your mouth.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name's Lily Small and I'm here at Maclean High School. This is Olivia Sands and Lara Spears. Before I begin, I'd like to thank the Overjudge, the RNA Society, and the exhibitors and animals for being here today. The order I've placed these lovely heifers in is 3, 2, 4, 1. Heifer number 3 excellently tracked the ring and stood out as she tracked. She had a very good capacity and backline all over. She had a very feminine head down to the dewlap on the pastons. Very good spring and rids all the way back to the hind quarter. Very good, which would be good for breeding in future reference. And the teats underneath will have good development in the future as well. For second place, I've put in number 2. She was the smallest heifer out of the group, but she stood out as she tracked as well. She had a lovely spring of ridge and very feminine all over. Very round in the rump, which is good for breeding afterwards, and the teeth as well. She just got put down because of her size and would have great development in the future. For number 3, we've put 4. Lovely heifer and very feminine overall. Just didn't stand out as much as she did to the ones above her. Overall, she had a great backline. Teats underneath will have good development, hopefully, and the pastons stood well. She had great structure and great spring of ribs all over and a good capacity and will be a great heifer in the future. And for 4th place, I've put number 1. As she tracked, she just also didn't stand as well, and I just didn't see as much femininity in her. But she had a lovely backline, great hindquarters, good spring of ribs all over, and the capacity was excellent. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Lily. Next up will be St Mary's Catholic College, and the spokesperson will be Emerald Dean.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Emerald. These are my fellow teammates, Stella and Annabelle. We are from St Mary's Catholic College. Before I get started, I'd just like to say a huge thank you to the Overjudge, the exhibitors of these animals, and to the RNA. Today, when we were judging, we were looking for a heifer that was well balanced, had good capacity, and carried herself well. In first, we placed heifer number 1. Heifer number 1 was just the standout heifer to us. She had very good balance, she tracked around the ring well, and her overall capacity is just what got her over the heifer we placed in second. The heifer we placed in second was heifer number 3. Heifer number 3 tracked around the ring really well. We would probably just like to see a little bit more structure in those pins. In third, we placed heifer number 4. Heifer number 4 was a beautifully capacitive heifer. She probably just had a little bit too much condition on her today, which was letting her down as she tracked around the ring. In 4th place, we placed heifer number 2. Heifer number 2 was a nice deep heifer. It was probably just that overall structure through the shoulders that let her down today. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Our next school will be from Wilsonton State High School, and Erin Bratsky to speak on their behalf. Hold the mic up there where my hand is and keep it up close to your mouth.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My teammates today, Sienna and Lane Radke. And before we begin, we'd just like to thank the RNA Show Society, the Overjudge, and everyone making this day possible for us. Our order today was 1, 3, 4, and 2. The heifer we put in number 1 just has a lovely, wide, strong top line on her. She's got a lovely square frame. She's got a great neck extension, but also carrying that muscle throughout the rump while looking completely feminine. The heifer in third has a strong frame to her, but doesn't quite have that depth of body we were looking for today. But she's got that lovely wide twist. The heifer in third today has a great top line and coverage of muscle and fat on her, but once again just doesn't have that neck that neck extension or that quite as feminine as the ones above it. And the heifer this heifer in fourth has both good muscle and fat coverage and has a great structure and evenness about her. She just doesn't quite have that neck extension, and we would have loved to see her track a bit better today. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Aaron. Next up will be Rockhampton High School, and to speak on their behalf, Olivia Payne. Olivia, hold it up there like where my hand is.
Yep.
And keep it close to your mouth.
Thank you, sir. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Olivia Payne, and here with me today are Polly White and Kate Preston. Before we pass our judgment on this fine line of animals, we would first like to thank the RNA Show Society and our overjudge, Mr. Passmore. My order today was 3-1-4-2. The heifer I've placed up here in first place, she is just the overall package. She tracks well. Standing behind her, you can see that clear definition between her hips and her shoulders. The wider hips will provide for an ease of calve, and she holds herself well. She has that tidy underline, strong top line, and just the overall package of what we have been looking here today. Second place, it was a hard split between these two heifers. We have number 1. Number 1 was just an amazing heifer. She had that ease of tracking. She was an overall good heifer, but different style. She was also let down today because of those narrower hips that may provide as an issue later down in her reproductive life. Third place, we have number 4, pardon me. Number 4 was another wide-framed heifer, depthy, but she just had a higher body condition score. That higher condition and those narrower hips that she seems to possess may lead to impacts to her fertility. Number 2 we have in fourth place today was just a smaller framed heifer. She has that lack of growth for age and seemed less comfortable as she tracked around the ring. She is an overall credit to her owner, and all of these heifers are here today. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Olivia. The Southport School will be our next team, and spokesperson will be Tom McTaggart. Tom, hold the mic up there where my hand is, away from the bottom. Hold your hand right up high.
Right up
high, and keep it up close to your mouth.
Thank you. Before we start, I'd like to thank the exhibitors, Judge Ben Passmore and the RNA for putting on this competition. I put these animals in the order of 1, 3, 4 and 2. Number 1 I put in first because it had a good structure, wide legs and strong shoulders, good for stud breeding. I put number 3 in second place. It had strong muscle definition and a solid size. Number 4 I put in third. It's a good animal, but it's just a bit heavier on runt fat and limits its breedability. And number 2 I put in last. It just lacked size, I thought, and wasn't really what I was looking for in a stud. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Tom. And our final school will be representatives from the Downlands College. Downlands, come on. To speak on their behalf, Hamish Genrich. Hamish, hold it up there where I got my hand, like that. Yeah. And keep it up close to your mouth.
A very good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name's Hamish Genrich, and beside me I have Liesl Groves and Drew Payton, and we proudly representing Downlands College. Ahead of me passing comments here this afternoon, myself and the team would just briefly like to take this opportunity to thank the leaders and breeders of these cattle for bringing such a high quality lineup of Speckle Park heifers this year at the ECA, the RNA, the overjudge, the sponsors and anyone else who made today possible. The team and I have placed this order of heifers in the order of 1, 3, 4 and 2. Our blue ribbon holder, heifer number 1. As a team, we admired this heifer for her overall scale, her thickness of top line, her squareness through that hip, Drew really admired this heifer for her overall volume and capacity, and really would like. And he said that he wouldn't mind having this heifer in his herd into the future. She's deep-sided. She's lovely and level through that underbelly. She's deep through that flank. She's a deep-sided female with a lot of thickness and power, while remaining feminine at the same time. It was this heifer's overall completeness that had her over a heifer here today in second place, heifer number 3. We admired this heifer for her overall frame size. You know, she's lovely and level across that top. She's square through that hip. We admired that bone efficiency that she carries as she gets around the ring. She's a very showy heifer. You can see that as our lovely showman holds her head up here today. She gets around the ring with that want-to-be attitude and a very showy heifer. She's smooth through that shoulder. Love that extra length of body. She's got that extra rib in her. Just a really well-made female, and she's just carrying a little bit more through that brisket to our first place getter. But it was this heifer's overall completeness that had her over a heifer today in third place, heifer number 4. This heifer, wow, Liesl, when we came out here, Liesl said, gee, this heifer's got some thickness in her. She's built like a tank. Through that brisket, she's carrying a bit of cover. She's thick. She's built like a tank. But structurally and reproductively, we just questioned her. She was a little bit cow hock through her back legs, but a really well-made female as she walked around the ring. It was this heifer's overall, thickness and overall frame size that had her over heifer here today in fourth place, heifer number 2. Taking nothing away from this female, she's a credit to her breeder, but we just believed she didn't quite have the scale and the growth to the other heifers here today, and she didn't quite have the growth and the scale today. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Hamish.
So it's on?
I'll just introduce you. All right, our overjudge now, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Ben Passmore, will place these cattle and give us his opinion on the 4 heifers.
Order was 3-1-2. Second guess me, Well, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much to the RNA Show Committee for inviting me here today. It's an absolute honour and a privilege to be able to stand up the front here and to be at such a prestigious show worldwide. It's an absolute honour. But before I comment on these lovely Speckle Park females, I truly just like to congratulate and thank all the teachers and parents that have spent so much time with the kids here today. It's certainly very impressive with where the next generation of the beef industry and the young people that are coming through. It's quite exciting for the future that it holds. But and also to the exhibitors and the leaders out here, it's a long time to be standing out here with your cattle, and but we do really appreciate what you've done here today. First of all, I would don't be disheartened if you never got to speak today. Like, we're at a rural show level. It took myself or Beck or Timmy that are here today judging beside me a long time to even get up the front here and speak. And it's a daunting thing as a young person to come up here, and it still daunts me myself here now. But it's what I'm getting at is that just if you didn't get the heifers in order doesn't mean what I'm looking for is how you compare cattle. And why you've compared them cattle against first, second, third and fourth. It's only my judgment of how I would place these females. It's not what yours might have been, and that's fine. Like, it doesn't really... It matters to get up and to be able to speak, but if you can compare and show me that why you've put them females in those orders, you're going to do extremely well here today. But further ado, today in first place was heifer number 3, this black female. She caught my eye as she come in the ring. She was a definite winner for me. Just her sheer performance and just a refined female that's got a beautiful front end. For me, you look at that heifer when she walks behind, she tracks her feet in the front to the back. Just her overall sheer performance and style in that female's got her there today. Just the front end on that female's got her here. She's more refined. She's a female in my eyes. It's a female, a heifer that will go on. You can go and select a different size with, but a female that I believe was the clear winner here, just because of that. For future reference, I love a bit of refinement in females. You can do so much with a heifer like that, and yeah, she ticked all the boxes here for me today. In second was heifer number 1, another very good female. She's in second here today. Was probably the second better heifer that I thought tracked a lot better than the heifer below her in third. Probably, if anything, just a bit heavy fronted for me. The 3 females in second, third, and fourth. I just like them just a little bit narrower in the shoulders and not as heavy in the front. But another very good female with so much performance and power in that heifer in second. It's a credit to the owner. She's a very big-bodied female and just broad-hipped, and can do so much as well. Nothing taken away from the female in third, number 2. Another very good, tidy female. Just probably, if anything, she's a very long female. I'd probably just like to see her a little bit better set in her hips. When you get behind her, she sort of just drags them back legs, very straight, not as agile as the 2 heifers above her, but a very good female herself, and just sheer performance. It's unbelievable, these heifers at 17 months with that much grunt and power and capacity, and just hold themselves very, very well. Nothing taken away from the female in fourth. Another very good female, just huge body on this female. Probably just for me, just a little bit overdone. Just in a bit of set in those back hinds as she walks behind. She's just swinging a little bit and just not as well made as those 3 heifers above there today. So that's my placings in first to fourth. And once again, thank you very much for allowing me to be here today. And congratulations to all the competitors. It was a very hard decision for me. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ben. So we have a result, ladies and gentlemen. So highly recommended. Quinalow, prep to 10. Scone Grammar School, Glen Innes High, Westmorton Anglican College, Maclean High School, McIntyre High School, St Mary's Catholic College, Wilsonton State High School, Rockhampton Grammar, the Southport School, and Emmaus College. They're the highly recommended. So they'd like to come forward to receive their ribbons. And of course, that leaves 3 schools. Those 3 schools are probably thinking to themselves, well, we know we're in the top 3. Terry Ryan from Nutrien sponsors for these some of these events. Thanks, Terry, and thanks, Nutrien, for your sponsorship. So that brings us now to the 3 place getters. In third place, Monto State High School. In second place, Downlands College, which leaves Toogoolawah State High as the winner of the inter-schools competition this year. Don't go away, don't go away, come back here, we need you for a photograph. photographs. Get in there, Judge. Now we're going to have a big rush because we need the schools to come down and collect their tickets for the individual young judging, which will be going on very shortly. So if we can have a representative from the schools that have got nominations in the young judges, the individual young judges competition, come and collect your cards, please.
The Gender View Invitational Bull Sale will offer 70 industry-relevant Limousin and Angus bulls at the Coolabunga Sale Yards, August 16 at 12 p.m. Semen and morphology tested, fully vaccinated. A bull for everyone. Contact your preferred GDL agent. The Gender... The Gender View Invitational Bull Sale will offer 70 industry-relevant Limousin and Angus bulls at the Coolabunga Sale Yards, August 16 at 12 p.m. Semen and morphology tested, fully vaccinated. A bull for everyone. Contact your preferred GDL agent. The Gender... The Gender View Invitational Bull Sale will offer 70 industry-relevant Limousin and Angus bulls at the Coolabunga Sale Yards, August 16 at 12 p.m. Semen and morphology tested, fully vaccinated. A bull for everyone. Contact your preferred GDL agent. The Gender View Invitational...
Now, when we find out how many students we've got participating, we're going to split you up, and we'll have 3 rings operating. So we'll have the heifers in what we'll call ring 1, which is the one here right in front of us. Then the lighter steers, the smaller steers, will be over in front of Machinery Hill in a ring over there, and the heavier steers will go into a ring in front of the Ernest Baines stand. And then we'll split these young people up. On your entry forms, you'll have a number, and we'll be able to tell you 1 to whatever it is to ring 1, and so on. And then you will move around from one ring to another.
The Gender View Invitational Bull Sale will offer 70 industry-relevant Limousin and Angus bulls at the Coolabunga Sale Yards. The Gender View Invitational Bull Sale will offer 70 industry-relevant Limousin and Angus bulls at the Coolabunga Sale Yards, August 16 at 12 p.m. Semen and morphology tested, fully vaccinated. A bull for everyone. Contact your preferred GDL agent. The Gender View Invitational
Young judges, just a final call. If you don't have your cards, can you please come and see us? Also, for all the schools, if you have any cards that are surplus to your needs, i.e. the kids aren't here, can you please just bring them back? It will just make things more streamlined when we do the scores at the end. It will save us quite a bit of time. So if you have kids that aren't here that are scratched, there's no issues. Just let us know what their numbers are so we can pull them out. If you don't have cards, this is your last chance to get them.
The Gender View Invitational Bull Sale will offer 70 industry-relevant Limousin and Angus bulls at the Coolabunga Sale Yards, August 16 at 12 p.m. Semen and morphology tested, fully vaccinated. A bull for everyone. Contact your preferred GDL agent. The Gender View... The Gender View Invitational Bull Sale will offer 70 industry-relevant Limousin and Angus bulls at the Coolabunga Sale Yards, August 16 at 12 p.m. Semen and morphology tested, fully vaccinated. A bull for everyone. Contact your preferred GDL agent. The Gender View... The Gender View Invitational Bull Sale will offer 70 industry-relevant Limousin and Angus bulls at the Coolabunga Sale Yards, August 16 at 12 p.m. Semen and morphology tested, fully vaccinated. A bull for everyone. Contact your preferred GDL agent. The Gender View Invitational Bull Sale will offer 70 industry-relevant Limousin and...
In this ring here, which we'll call Ring 1. All right, 11 to 13 in Ring 1. Well, we're going the other way. 11 to 13 here, right, that's right. 11 to 13 here. 14 to 15 over to the ring in front of Machinery Hill. So if you're in the 14 to 15 year age group, over to that ring in front of Machinery Hill. And the 16 to 18 years age group, over the back here in front of Ernest Bain stand. Oh, yes, that's right, yeah. We're having fun at Ridges tonight too. We've still got that card that was handed in here before, found out the back here somewhere. It'll get you into Ridges, but I don't know what you do after that. But anyway, we'll get it back to Ridges eventually, I suppose. So once again, 11 to 13 year olds. If you stay in this ring right in front of the where I am at the moment. 14 to 15 year olds over in front of Machinery Hill, over to the left, and the 16 to 18 year olds over to in front of the Ernest Bain stand.
The Gender View Invitational Bull Sale will offer 70 industry-relevant Limousin and Angus bulls at the Coolabunga Sale Yards, August 16 at 12 p.m. Semen and morphology tested, fully vaccinated. A bull for everyone. Contact your preferred GDL agent. The Gender View...
Now, what we will be doing once you've had your time in each of these rings, we will then swap you round. So the 11 to 13-year-olds will go over to what we'll call Ring 2, or the Machinery Hill Ring. The people that are there will go down to in front of the Ernest Bain stand, and the people that are in front of Ernest Bain stand will come over here, so that you'll do a turn around each of the three rings. And competitors, when you're making your marking down, so in this ring here, the 11 to 13-year-olds, you'll be marking on set 1 on your sheet. It'll be set 1 you'll be marking on. When you go over to the other ring, it'll be set 2. I didn't bring me stopwatch either. I've got one on my phone. I suppose you've got 10 minutes, competitors, to appraise these cattle and mark your sheets accordingly. Juniors, you've got 5 more minutes. You've got about a minute and a half, or a bit less than that now. $30. That's it. Right. That'll be it for here. Now, where do we go with these? Yep, go to number 2. If you move over there, don't go in there yet until the steward over there lets you in, but if you move over to number 2. Just a note to competitors, when we get to the stage where you are commenting on these cattle, you will be commenting on the group in ring 2. That'll be the heavier weighted steers over in ring 2, over in front of Machinery Hill. That's what you'll be commenting on. Competitors, if you move out into the centre of the ring, and we'll parade the cattle around once. If you move out into the centre. When you get out there, we'll put the stopwatch on you and you'll have 10 minutes. Goodness me, there's a mob here. Right, clock's on, you've got 10 minutes. Yes, for this, when you're writing your comment or your selections down for this ring, you'll write it down in set 1 on your cards. You'll write it down for set 1. And a reminder, if you didn't hear me before, when you are commenting, if you're called upon to comment, you'll be commenting on the heavyweight steers that are over in ring 2 in front of Machinery Hill. As competitors, you're judging these as you expect their carcass to be. You're not trying to judge a stud animal here, you're judging a carcass. You got 4.5 minutes, competitors. Three minutes. One minute 50. Fifty seconds. Alright, that'll be time. Oh, near enough. 15 seconds or something. Time's near enough.
The Gender View Invitational Bull Sale will offer 70 industry-relevant Limousin and Angus bulls at the Coolabunga Sale Yards, August 16 at 12 p.m. Semen and morphology tested, fully vaccinated. A bull for everyone. Contact your preferred GDL agent. The Gender... The Gender View Invitational Bull Sale will offer 70 industry-relevant Limousin and Angus bulls at the Coolabunga Sale Yards, August 16 at 12 p.m. Semen and morphology tested, fully vaccinated. A bull for everyone. Contact your preferred GDL agent. The Gender View Invitational...
If you just move out into the middle of the arena again, please, and we'll ask our paraders to parade them round once so that you can have a bit of a look at them as they move. And then we'll give you 10 minutes. Yeah, they're still coming, but anyway. Just move around. We've got a big ring. You've got plenty of room there. We'll just parade the cattle around. Give them a walk around once. Righto, time on, please. Now, Adrian. You're not listening. Now, competitors, you don't have to take your full 10 minutes. Once you've appraised the cattle and you've got your placings marked, if you could hand your cards in, please, so that we can start and get the computer going. So once you've selected or got them in your order, if you could hand your cards in. Actually, these are heifers, I think, but anyway. No, it's carcasses we're working on. Carcass, not on breeding ability or a stud type thing. You're looking at a carcass here, except it's walking around. Just a reminder, competitors, when you are making your comments, you will be commenting on set 2, which are the steers that are over there in front of Machinery Hill. Set 2 will be the ones you'll be commenting on. Just a reminder that our competitors, when they speak on their selections, they will be commenting on the steers in set 2. So set 2 will be the ones you'll be commenting on, and we'll get that a bit later on. In the meantime, we'll ask our overjudge Beck Skeen from Meldon Park Simmental Stud to give us her comments and her placings of these 3 heifers here in front of 4 heifers rather in Group 1. Thanks, Beck.
Thank you. Before I make my comment, as Ben mentioned earlier, thank you very much on behalf of myself, Ben, Tim, for judging us here today. The RNA Society, Gary Noller, and all our stewards in the back in the tent doing all this paperwork. You're all doing a tremendous job. To the participants that I saw walking through, there was a lot of you that are really keen, asking lots of questions and actually looking at the animals, and it's a real credit to all our teachers here. Congratulations, and to our parents. Kids, I don't know whether... I think as 3 judges standing here today, we really notice, like with our younger generations, you're all very passionate, but we just probably want to see a little bit more, where am I going with this? A little bit more enthusiasm when you're going into judging your classes, okay? So when you're going in, I don't want you all standing around talking to each other. Get in, go and have a look at those animals, because you've only got one shot to make that difference and get up in this top spot, okay? So just, when we're going out and you've got another chance on later on in your stud judges in the next few days, I just want you to really have a go, get out there. It doesn't matter whether you put the same lineup as to what you do to the over judges, but as long as you get in there, judge those cattle the way that you see them and you justify, that's all we ask. As again, you only get one shot to get up in this top spot, so you really got to make that moment count. I've gone with these 3 lead heifers here. They're between their weights of 326 to 460 kilos. I've got in the order of 4, 3, 1, 2. The heifer that I've got in 4th place, it was probably a little bit of a question as to whether she had enough coverage on this female, but as she walks out, she's got the most depth of barrel, which you've certainly got to appreciate, and that's why she's got in the top place. If you'd like to lead out, thank you. You get behind her, she's got plenty. She's nice and wide in those hip to pins, and that carries right through, so I can see that she's going to nice and square in that hind quarter, and she's nice and filled up in that tail set, which is probably what's got her on top, and probably the evenness of cover, especially in that brisket area, which has got her on over top of our female and second. As this heifer in second place, number 3 walks out. Again, a lot of you I mentioned, I could hear you all talking about she's got a lot of cover. To me, she's probably just got a little bit too much in that front end, in that hind quarter. I just don't believe she's as even. As she walks out, you've got to certainly appreciate the length in this female. She's one of the longest females in the class, one of the longest steers in the class, but it was just that overall fat coverage that I don't believe she was as even as the winner above her. Again, you've really got to think about, she may be the longest heifer, and we all chase the length of body, but we've also got to take into consideration certainly that evenness, and that's why we've gone over our female in 3rd place is number 1. She doesn't have the fat coverage to what her females do in the top 1 and 2, but you've got to certainly appreciate she's very even again. She just probably isn't as deep in the body to what those females are above her. You get in front of her, she's still nice. She's starting to fill up in that brisket area. It was just that overall depth of body that let her down today. Then we go into this female in 4th place. I just don't believe that she had the muscle pattern to what the females did above her. She's pretty even in her fat distribution throughout her body. She just probably didn't, as I said, that muscle pattern she just lacked today. Thank you.
Right, if we could ask set 3 to make your way into the ring now, please.
The Gender View Invitational Bull Sale will offer 70 industry-relevant Limousin and Angus bulls at the Coolabunga Sale Yards, August 16 at 12 p.m. Semen and morphology tested, fully vaccinated. A bull for everyone. Contact your preferred GDL agent. The Gender View Invitational Bull Sale will offer...
Right, we'll ask our overjudge on this group now, Mr. Ben Passmore, to comment on his selections.
Thank you very much. Once again, you heard me rattling on there earlier in the school team comp, but once again, it's a privilege to be standing up here this afternoon and to be able to overjudge a lot of kids. It's been good fun to be able to do it with my partner Beck and a good friend of ours, Timmy. It's very special to us to be able to do it together. It's sort of one of a lifetime opportunity, and we couldn't say no to doing it. And but that's what it's all about: is coming up out here and just getting out of your comfort zone and judging good cattle. Where else would you want to be judging beef? And but today I had the privilege of doing these steers here for this class, and I, in first place of number 2, would like to come out a black steer that caught my eye. He was a definite winner straight out. Just his sheer volume, length, just as soft as butter. This steer, he's got plenty of carcass in him, enough over the top, over where those primal cuts are. In these 4 steers, he'd be the calf that'd hang up the best in the way of yield, but will hit MSA grading more than the other 3. I do believe he's a very good calf, and you touch that steer like I got the opportunity to be able to, and he's soft as butter, and I think he'll have a pretty handy day tomorrow. But in second place, I went with the other black calf in number 1. Very similar type, probably just not as powerful as the steer in first place. Just probably I was looking for a little bit more in the muscle pattern of what that steer is up on top. This calf here is just a very soft made calf, very complete. Still got plenty of length. You see these 2 steers side by side, and they're very similar in that behalf. Just the calf on top's just got a little bit more over those primal cuts into that shoulder, right down in that heart girth. That calf has got a lot more. In third place, another good calf was the number 4. The limo steer, just couldn't see his number. A very good calf, big body, like a plenty of yield and carcass in this steer. Just for me, just not quite done enough. I just feel like he needs a little bit more over that rib set. He's just a bit tight flank for me. He's a bit seamy as well. I believe a calf that probably need a little bit longer is compared to the other 2 on up above. The 2 calves up there, I have no dramas at hanging them on the rails tomorrow, but. Calf in 4th, very in a similar reason in 4th position. Probably just a little bit harder made for me, and probably just hasn't got that rump set that the 3 steers have above. He's got enough coverage over that rump area, just probably a little bit tighter on the rib when you touch that steer, but another very good calf, and very, very well represented by the exhibitors there. And thank you very much to the 4 leaders and the owners of those 4 animals. There have been a lot of kids walking around them cattle there today, and it's a credit to you. And one other thing, the kids are for a peace of mind, I would just thank your teachers and your parents for doing this, because it's a lifetime opportunity to be able to judge anywhere, and you just wouldn't be here without those people. So just make sure that you take the time and thank them for what they do for you. Like we've all been through it ourselves, and if you don't have this opportunity, like it just leads to so many things in life. And but yeah, I just want to congratulate all the competitors, very professional today, and just we always keeping an eye out on who's coming through in that next generation, and it's looking very bright. So congratulations to you all. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ben. Well, you saw the number of competitors we had, so as you can understand, all of those scores have got to be entered into our computer here now. So there's 3 computers going, getting the scores inputted, and once we get them out, we'll be able to pick out our top competitors to comment on the steers in Group 2, which are just out there at the marshalling area, ready to come in.
The Gender View Invitational Bull Sale will offer 70 industry-relevant Limousin and Angus bulls at the Coolabunga Sale Yards, August 16 at 12 p.m. Semen and morphology tested, fully vaccinated. A bull for everyone. Contact your preferred GDL agent. The Gender View... The Gender View Invitational Bull Sale will offer 70 industry-relevant Limousin and Angus bulls at the Coolabunga Sale Yards, August 16 at 12 p.m. Semen and morphology tested, fully vaccinated. A bull for everyone. Contact your preferred GDL agent. The Gender View... The Gender View Invitational Bull Sale will offer 70 industry-relevant Limousin and Angus bulls at the Coolabunga Sale Yards, August 16 at 12 p.m. Semen and morphology tested, fully vaccinated. A bull for everyone. Contact your preferred GDL agent. The Gender View... The Gender View Invitational Bull Sale will offer 70 industry-relevant Limousin and Angus bulls at the Coolabunga Sale Yards, August 16 at 12 p.m. Semen and morphology tested, fully vaccinated. A bull for everyone. Contact your preferred GDL agent. The Gender View...
Andrew Olive, would you like to come back to the tent, please? We've got your card here, and you've got one set. You've got the placings is 3, 1, 2, 3. So we not sure which way you're going. No?
The Gender View Invitational Bull Sale will offer 70 industry-relevant Limousin and Angus bulls at the Coolabunga Sale Yards, August 16 at 12 p.m. Semen and morphology tested, fully vaccinated. A bull for everyone. Contact your preferred GDL agent. The Gender View...
We will have a list very shortly of one of our groups of the names of the people that we will require to speak on your selections. We'll have that out for you in a moment.
The Gender View Invitational Bull Sale will offer 70 industry-relevant Limousin and Angus bulls at the Coolabunga Sale Yards, August 16 at 12 p.m. Semen and morphology tested, fully vaccinated. A bull for everyone. Contact your preferred GDL agent. The Gender View...
Now, just another competitor we'd like to have just come back to the tent and confirm something for us. Millicent Burns, if you could come back and just confirm your placings in one of these classes, thanks. I think she's coming. No, that's not her. Millicent Burns, if you'd like to come back to the tent. Oh, she's here, over there, thanks, Millicent. Lily Buchanan, that's another one. Lily Buchanan from Beaudesert State High. So from the 14 to 15 year age group, the 8 young judges that will be advising us of their placings and speaking on their placings, the 8 competitors, we'd like to go out the back, please. Grace Muller, Zoe Campbell, Olivia Merchant, Samuel Stenzel, Harry Burton, Ruby Rogan, Millicent Burns, and Laura Aquilini. Those are the 8 in the 14 to 15 year age group who will require to comment on your selections.
The Gender View Invitational Bull Sale will offer 70 industry-relevant Limousin and Angus bulls at the Coolabunga Sale Yards, August 16 at 12 p.m. Semen and morphology tested, fully vaccinated. A bull for everyone. Contact your preferred GDL agent. The
Right, another competitor. Which age group's this, Candy? 16 to 18 years. Hugh Gladman, if you could make your way back to the tent, please. Confusion over your scoring here too. You've got one number in twice. Right, I've got now the list of the 8 competitors from the age 11 to 13 year age group who will be speaking on their selections. Imogen Blandford, Tilda Jones, Piper Wainwright, Ava Tomlinson, Walter Woods, Olivia Tomlinson, Denver Drysdale and Alora Gould. They're the 8 11 to 13 year olds who will be advising us of their placings.
The Gender View Invitational Bull Sale will offer 70 industry-relevant Limousin and Angus bulls at the Coolabunga Sale Yards, August 16 at 12 p.m. Semen and morphology tested, fully vaccinated. A bull for everyone. Contact your preferred GDL agent. The Gender View... The Gender View Invitational Bull Sale will offer 70 industry-relevant Limousin and Angus bulls at the Coolabunga Sale Yards, August 16 at 12 p.m. Semen and morphology tested, fully vaccinated. A bull for everyone. Contact your preferred GDL agent. The Gender... The Gender View Invitational Bull Sale will offer 70 industry-relevant Limousin and Angus bulls at the Coolabunga Sale Yards, August 16 at 12 p.m. Semen and morphology tested, fully vaccinated. A bull for everyone. Contact your preferred GDL agent. The Gender View Invitational Bull...
All right, ladies and gentlemen, for class 27, 16 to 18-year-olds, if we could please have Damon Martin, Isla von Megerson, Katie McCowan, Liam Edwards, Byron Perrott, Kate Preston. Yep, no. All right, so just once again, those 5 names for 16 to 18. Damon Martin, Isla von Mengerson, Katie McGowan, Liam Edwards, Byron Perrott, and Kate Preston. If they could come out the back. We'll start off with our juniors. So if we could please have Grace Muller Imogen into the ring.
I want you all out the back, all of those kids first. I want you all out the back where I can talk to you. So all of those 24 kids that will be speaking, you all here? I don't know. Anyway, when I hand you this microphone, hold it where I've got my hand there at the moment. Do not hold it down there. It'll probably cut out on you. And the second thing is hold it up close to your mouth when you're talking. All right? I won't have to tell you all when you come in now. Yeah. Radio mic. We're going on the juniors, aren't we? Juniors, 11 to 13-year-old. Right, we'll start on the 11 to 13-year-old age group. And if we could have Imogen Blandford forward, please. That's it.
Before I start today, I would like to thank the RNA and the cattle donors and our overjudge and anyone else that could make this day possible. I put the order of my steers in 1, 3, 2, 4. The reason I put number 1 in first is because he has nice fat coverage over the ribs and the depth. That's what got him in first today. And second, I put number 3. He didn't have as much depth as the one in first, but he had nice hindquarters and good length in him. In third, I put number 2. He has a nice muscular tail, good brisket, but didn't have the length that the one in second had. And in fourth place, I put number 4. He had nice wide shoulders, nice muscular hindquarters, but just got outdone on the day. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Imogen. Tilda Jones, would you come forward, please? Hold it where I showed you, Tilda. Hold the microphone up where I showed you, please.
Good afternoon. My name is Tilda and I am representing Concordia Lutheran College. Before I start, I would like to thank the Oversight Judge, the RNA Show Society and the owners and handlers of these cattle for the opportunity to judge this class today. I would also like to thank the other competitors in this young judging competition for their participation and effort. The lineup of cattle consists of 4 cattle. I've placed the cattle in the following order: 3, 1, 2, 4. I've placed animal number 3 in first place because she has a nice size brisket, good muscle hind quarter, nice tracking, smooth shoulders, and a nice spring rib. I've placed animal number 2 in second place because she has a nice brisket, a deep flank, long, deep, thick, muscular quarter, smooth shoulders, and a deep forerib. I have placed her behind animal number 3 in 3 because she does not have as much meat value. I've placed animal number... Oh, I did that wrong. I've placed animal number 1 in second place because of those reasons. I've placed animal number 2 in third place because she has a deep flank, a nice spring rib, long deep muscular quarter and a good sized brisket. But she does not have as big of a brisket as the others. I've placed animal number 4 in fourth place because she has nice tracking, good brisket, nice spring ribs, a good level strong top. I've placed her behind the animal in third place because she didn't have as much meat as I would want her to have. So I think she should stay in the paddock for a bit longer. Once again, I would like to thank the oversight judge and the handlers of these fantastic lineup of cattle. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Tilda. Piper Wainwright.
Good afternoon. Before I start, I would just like to thank the overjudge, the RNA Show Society, the exhibitors and anyone else who have made this day possible. I've placed these steers in the order of 3, 1, 2, 4. In first place, I have placed steer number 3 because he has a nice brisket, good fat coverage, and he is smooth through the shoulders. In second place, I've placed steer number 1 because he has good muscle and fat coverage, but he is just a bit high in the flank. In third place, I've placed steer number 2 because he is thick through the hips, but he just didn't have an even top line. And in fourth place, I have placed steer number 4 because he has an even top line but he just didn't have enough fat coverage. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Piper. Next up will be Ava Tomlinson.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Before I start, I'd like to say thank you to the overhead judge, the exhibitors and the RNA Show Society. What I look for in commercial animals is adequate conditioning, a straight top line and even throughout. Steer first, I have number 3. Number 3 had a nice brisket. He had nice muscle and fat coverage. He was strong in the twist, and he was nice and long. Steer in second, I have number 2. Steer in second, he was nice and long. He had the nice and muscle fat coverage, like the steer above him. He had a strong twist, but he just didn't have, he had an uneven top line. Steer in third, number 1, had a nice muscle and fat coverage, but he just wasn't as strong in the twist as the steers above him. He didn't have the straightest of top lines, and his brisket was just a little bit underconditioned. Steer in fourth, number 4, had nice muscle coverage. He was long, but he just didn't have a good enough brisket for my likings. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ava. Our next competitor to speak will be Walter Woods.
Good afternoon. Before I judge this fine line of cattle, I'd like to admire the RNA community and the overjudge. For my order today, I placed 1, 3, 2, 4. In number 1, I placed number 1 for it had very nice rump, had a nice depth and nice fat coverage, and it had a very straight back. For number 2, I put 3. It had a very nice rump, and it had nice brisket, and it had nice wide hips and nice strong legs. For my third, I put number 2. It had nice hips, and it just didn't have it didn't have a really straight back, but it was still very nice wide hips and a nice brisket. For the last one, I put number 4. It is a very nice calf, but it had a bit less brisket, but it still had a very nice back and wide hips. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Walter. Our next to speak will be Olivia Tomlinson.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Before I judge this line of steers, I'd like to take a moment to thank the overhead judge, the RNA, and the owners and exhibitors. What I look for when I'm judging commercial cattle is adequate conditioning, thick throughout the twist and throughout the top line. This is why I've placed this order of 3, 4, 2, 1. I placed steer number 3 in first, as I thought he was very thick throughout the twist, so which means his top line's going to be thick, and if his top line's thick, and that's where you get all your good cuts of meat. He also had adequate condition throughout. I placed number 4 in second. She just really lacked throughout the twist compared to number 3, though she was very well conditioned and had nice depth. I placed number 2 in third, as he had nice depth and nice length, though he was not as conditioned as the ones above him today. I placed number 1 in fourth. He was just a bit smaller throughout the shoulders, though he was thick throughout the twist, but his brisket was just not full enough for my liking. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Olivia. The next contestant will be Denver Drysdale. Brought your cheer squad.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Denver Drysdale, and today I'll be representing Emmaus College. Before I place my judgment on this quality line of steers, I would like to thank the overjudge, the handlers, and the ECA for making this amazing day possible. The order which I have placed these 4 steers in is 3, 2, 4, 1, 4. The steer I have placed in first is steer number 3. Steer number 3 stood out to me from the very beginning. He had nice fat cover, a nice top line, a large brisket, and he was just an overall larger steer compared to the other steers in this class. The steer I had in second place is steer number 2. Steer number 2 had nice fat covering and muscling, but was just a bit smaller than steer number 3, which was what got him down in second place. The steer I had placed in third is steer number 1. Steer number 1 had some nice, good depth and some nice muscling, but just lacked a little in the brisket compared to the steers above him. The steer I had placed in fourth place was steer number 4. Steer number 4 had a good top line, but he was lacking a little bit in the width and brisket. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Denver. And our final competitor in this age group will be Alora Gould.
Good afternoon, everyone. Before I start today, I'd like to thank the RNA and the overjudge for letting us judge today, and everyone else in the committee and that are helping out today. I placed my order in 3, 2, 4, 1. I placed 3 in first place today because of its strong backline and its good brisket. I placed 2 in second place today because it had a good rump. It was just lacking that coverage today. I placed 4 in third place today because it was lacking around its fat coverage, but it still had that strong backline. It was just lacking in that brisket compared to number 2. I placed one in 4th place today because it just had that. It had a strong backline. It just was lacking around walking around in the ring. But thank you.
Thank you very, very much, Laura. We'll move on to the 14 to 15 year age group now. And first to speak will be Grace Muller.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Grace Muller and I'm proudly representing Scott's PGCT today. What a tough class of steers we had today. In first place, I put number 1, second place, number 3, and third place, number 2, and lastly, 4th place, number 4. In first place, number 1, I found it was the softest calf in this class today. It has a Springer rib, it has a wide and long top line, and it had that fat coverage down through the hindquarter into its twist. In second place, I had number 3. Number 3, I found it lost its softness compared to number 1 did, but it's the longest in the class. It has a wide top line. It has that coverage down through the hindquarters, and that is what got over number 2 today. Number 2, as it is a soft calf, I found that it lacked that length, width, as the ones above it did. It didn't have as much depth and didn't have a Springer rib. And in 4th place, I had number 4. Number 4, as it is also not a long calf, it definitely had the width and the depth. I just think it lacked that softness and the squareness through it today. Thank you so much.
Up next with her thoughts will be Zoe Campbell.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Zoe Campbell and I am proudly representing Quinlow State School. The order I placed these steers in was 2, 1, 4, 3. In first place, I put steer 2. Now, I thought this steer was a finished one. It had good muscling and had the right fat coverage across the top line, which protects those expensive cuts of meat. And I just thought you can see the muscling right from its neck to the end of its hind quarter. It had everything. I thought that this steer was the right one if it was going to the butchers today. In second place, I put steer 1. Now this steer I thought had the overall volume and muscling, and this one was quite a finished steer, but it wasn't as finished as I was like them if I was sending him to the butchers. And I just think he lacked a bit in that fat coverage as the one I put in first place, but overall still a really good steer. In third place today, I put steer 4. Steer 4 was a great muscling steer, didn't have much fat across the top line, but still a very good steer with heaps of volume and capacity. And in fourth place today, I put steer 3. This steer I thought lacked a bit in the fat coverage as well, but it's got that depth, it's got that length across the top line, and it had pretty good muscling as well. It's got great potential for later. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Zoe. Our next in this age group, Olivia Marchant.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Olivia Merchant. Just before I start judging these cattle, I would like to thank the overjudge, the RNA, the owner of the cattle, and anyone else making this day possible. I place these cattle in the order 1, 3, 2, and 4 because number 1 has good fat cover, yield length, and you can see the fat in the flank. It has a straight back and it had a very good stance. Number 2 was number 2, I placed 3. It had a very close to number 1 and it was very close to number 1. It had good fat coverage again, and the yield was very good. You could see and feel it. The length of the steer was pretty long as well. For third place, I put number 2. Number 2 just lacked a bit of that fat coverage and the yield. It didn't have a very good stance. It was very poor in that. And number 4, in 4th place I put number 4. It was a pretty good steer, but it just didn't have that right fat coverage and yield as number 1 and 2. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Our next competitor will be Samuel Stenzel.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name's Sam Stenzel, and before I put my comment on this lovely line of trade market steers, I'd like to thank the Royal Brisbane Show Society and anyone else who made this event possible. In first place, I put steer number 2. I really admire this steer for his overall finish on this calf. Being in the lightweights, it's hard to get a calf to be finished at this age, and this calf met his market specifications. This calf has got a cracking top line on him, he's nice and thick, and he's full out through the twist and around his flank. Moving on to my second place getter, steer number 3. Steer number 3, I really admire this steer for his overall yield and capacity. I just found that he was lacking a little bit of fat coverage, and I'm betting you could almost roll your swag out over the top line of this steer. Now moving on to my third place getter. My third place getter, steer number 4. I really admire this steer. I was splitting hairs between the first and third place getter, but compared to the first place getter, this steer just didn't have the same amount of fat coverage or tremendous carcass attributes as the steer above him did. Now moving on to my final place, steer number 1. I really liked this steer, but I just found that he was lacking a bit of fat coverage and his overall yield. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Samuel. For his comments, Harry Burton.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name's Harry Burton. Today I'm proudly representing Downlands. Now, before I place my comment on this fine line of steers, I'd firstly like to appreciate the RNA, Downlands College, for taking me here and anyone else who made this day possible. Now, today I was looking for that beast that just had the best carcass for the hook tomorrow. So that meant good muscle coverage, fat coverage as well. Not too hard and not too soft. Now that's why at number 3, I put him in first. He just had that best depth to me, including both muscle and fat coverage. He had that good frame, and he carried right down well from his rump down to his hocks. In number 2, in second place, I had number 1. It was very similar, saying it was a tough class, but he just, to me, lacked that little bit of fat compared to the number 3. Moving on to number 2. Now, number 2 and 4 was a tough choice for me, but number 2 just had that bit better frame and more coverage in my opinion. Moving on to final place was number 4. Another cracking calf, was hard to choose for, but he just sort of, I thought, just didn't quite have the muscle coverage compared to the rest of them. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Harry. For her placings now, we'll call on Ruby Rogan.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Ruby Rogan and I'm representing McIntyre High School. I'd like to start off by thanking the RNA breeders and exhibitors for making this day possible. I'd also like to commemorate and thank all other competitors. Today I've placed these animals in the order of 3, 2, 1, 4. I have placed animal number 3 in first place. He stood out to me over the other animals, showing he was thick across the top line and presented a satisfactory amount of yield. This animal is the most overall structurally sound of the 4. He also showed a great fat muscle ratio and walked quite confidently, stealing my attention from the others. I've placed animal 2 in second because he lacked uniformly in the fat coverage. He stood out quite well to me, but just didn't stand out as much as number 1. I have placed animal number 1 in third place. This animal lacks structural soundness down through his passions and hock. From a carcass standpoint, he is more disturbable in muscle to fat balance than the animal I've placed in fourth position. In fourth position today, I've placed 4. He is the lightest muscle steer in this class, has an inconsistent fat deprivation over the rib and rump, but still a nice animal. Once again, I've placed these animals in the order of 3, 2, 1, 4. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ruby. For her comments, Millicent Burns.
Hello and good afternoon. My name is Millicent Burns and I'm from St Joseph's Catholic College, Aberdeen. First, I would like to thank the overhead judge for his time today. I would also like to thank the organisers of this day, the RNA. And a big thank you to all cattle owners, breeders and handlers for their time and effort to put today together. I place the cattle in the order 1, 3, 2, 4. I placed steer 1 first. He was well muscled throughout with a square bum. He had fat coverage and did not narrow down much on his shoulders. He carried muscle down his hind legs, although he had a high flank. Steer number 3 I placed in second place. This steer was well muscled and had yield, but not as much as I believe number 1 did. He also could have used more fat, in my opinion. I placed steer number 2 in third place. He lacked the muscle that the steers before him had, although he did have good muscle, I believe. And steer number 4 I placed in last place. I believe he narrowed down his shoulders. He did show muscle, but I don't believe he had the fat cover the other steers had. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Millicent. And the last competitor in this age group, the 14 to 15 year age group, Laura Aguilini.
Good afternoon, everyone. Before I start, I'd like to thank the Tenterfield, the Equestrian Society, the Overjudge, and anyone else who helped make this day possible. The order I place these animals in is 2, 3, 4, 1. I found the steer in first place to be very fat, and the muscle coverage on it was really good for me. The depth was there and the length was there, which got it in first place. The steer in second place I felt had less depth to it, but really had good fat distribution, and the fat through the flank and the brisket was really nice for me. The steer in third place I thought had a really nice top line and had the length, but it didn't have as much fat as the 2 steers above him. The steer in fourth I thought had not as much length or depth as the ones above him, and not as much fat, but it had a lovely body and structure to it. Still credited to the breeders and all the breeders of all these animals. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Laura. Now from the 16 to 18 year age group, we have 6 competitors, and I haven't mentioned those yet, so we need Damon Martin, Isla von Mengersen, Katie McCowan, Liam Edwards, Byron Perrott and Kate Preston out the back. And the first to comment in this 16 to 18 year age group will be Damon Martin.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I would like to first thank the RNA and everyone else that has made this possible today, especially the overhead judge. I'll place these animals in the order of 1, 2, 3 and 4. Number 1 over here, who's just looked very good to me, just blew me away of how well the coverage is compared to the other animals, but she's a very good calf. Walked very well as well. In second today is number 2. Had good coverage, good brisket, but didn't walk as well as number 1, I thought. Was even all over it as well. Number 3 wasn't as appealing as to me as the other 2 in head, but overall, good calf, good steer, just very good cattle out here today. In fourth, I'll put number 4. Good calf, long, but just wasn't as good as the rest today. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Damon. Next to speak will be Isla von Mengersen.
Is it okay if I look around?
Yes, yep.
Good afternoon, everybody. First off, I'd like to thank the Overjudge and all my fellow competitors here today. Today, I have placed the order of these steers in 1, 3, 2, 4. When I judge a lineup of steers here today, I look for a high-yielding carcass with adequate fat cover and muscle all throughout. Today I have placed steer number 1 in first place, as he was a big-bodied steer. He had that depth through the hind quarter, and he was evenly covered all throughout. I have placed steer number 3 in second place, as he was deep through that barrel. He was a long-bodied animal, and he just lacked in that hind quarter as the steer above him today. I have placed steer number 2 in third place, as he had the fat cover on him. He was full in the brisket, but he was just overpowered compared to the 2 steers above him today. I have placed steer number 4 in fourth place, as he just lacked the fat cover, but he was full through the cod, but he just lacked in that hind quarter. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Isla. For her impressions on these 4 steers, Katie McCowan.
Good afternoon, everybody. Before I jump into judging these lovely steers, I'd like to thank the Overjudge, the RNA, the Echo Show Society, and anyone else who made today possible. Today, I put these steers in the order 2, 3, 1, and 4. For me, number 2 was a beautiful specimen of a steer that I like to see. He had even fat and muscle the whole way through, and he had a beautiful hindquarters if you went and stood up behind him, and I think if he hung tomorrow, he would be excellent. I placed steer number 3 in second place. Another lovely steer, beautiful top line, lovely rear end, but he was lacking the amount of muscle that I was looking for. And in third place, I placed steer number 1. Again, a lovely steer, but he was lacking a bit of fat that I was looking for and not quite enough muscle either. But again, a lovely steer. And in fourth place, I placed number 4. Number 4, very full along the rack, but he is lacking a bit of fat, and I would have liked to see more. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you very much, Katie. For his opinion now, Liam Edwards.
Good afternoon, my name's Liam Edwards, and first off I'd like to thank the judges of the class today and the RNA Society and the people who could help make this happen today. In these steers today, I'm looking for good muscle tone and fat tone, and I've placed the order of 1, 3, 2, 4. Number 1 really stood out to me as I came into the ring. He has good overall fat, which I think is pretty good when you're going to the butcher. Good muscle, and yeah, he just really sticked out to me. Number 3, he was a challenge with number 1 in my opinion. He had, again, good muscle, good fat, and overalls I think is a great heifer. Number 2, he has a good body, good muscle. The fat just didn't really stick out to me too much, but overall I thought he was still pretty good. And number 4, as I came into the ring, he didn't really stick out to me too much, but I reckon if you give him a couple more weeks and let him fatten up and all that, he'll be pretty good to go to the butcher. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Liam. Call on Byron Perrott now for his comments.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Before I'd like to start, I'd like to thank the RNA, the Overjudge, and the breeders and exhibitors here today. Today, I put these line of animals in 2, 3, 1, 4. Sorry, 3, 2, 1, 4. In first, I put the third beast in first place because he had the outstanding. Caught my eye, and made me. I put number 3 in first because he was the bigger boned animal out of the line today. He caught my eye from the beginning. He looked the most structurally correct for my type of animal. I thought he got the market specifications here today, and because he's the bigger boned animal, I reckon I would see him on the bigger restaurants on the dinner plates there. In second place, I put number 2. As number 2 is a little bit smaller than the steer above him today, I still thought he had the evenness across his top line, the depth of flank, and the spring of rib on him today. In third place, I put number 1. Yes, he looked quite familiar to number 3. He just lacked that little bit of tone and muscle definition on him today. And in fourth place today, I put number 4. He just didn't catch my eye as much as what the line above of animals he done today. He's still an outstanding steer on here today, and I would just like to see him a little bit more finished over the top line and down through the back of his hindquarters. Thank you.
Thank you, Byron. And our final competitor to give us her impressions, Kate Preston.
Good afternoon. Today when I walked in the ring, I was really looking for a steer in the lightweight class to produce as much red meat as possible with fat coverage with little wastage. Today, the steer in first place that ticked all those boxes was steer number 3. This steer has the most muscle mass, I believe, in the class. He would be the heaviest. And then he has a fat coverage that's very even, but I just believe that he won't waste any. He's got the most potential out of this class when he hangs up on the hook. In second place is the Murray Grey in the middle. This Murray Grey fella, he is very proportionate. The only reason why he came in second today is because he's more of a compact style of animal. He's very proportionate, as I said. He's soft as butter. I just believe that he wouldn't have the kilos on the hook that the steer in first place have. In third place is steer number 1, the red steer on my right-hand side. This steer has a very high quantity of meat down through his hindquarter. I just believe that he doesn't have the length through the ribs or the fat cover compared to the first and second place getters. In fourth place is steer number 4, the Murray Grey on my left. This steer has a lot of potential. I really like the evenness of width that carries from his shoulder to his hind end. I just believe that he shortens in the flank and he doesn't have the softness of fat cover that the first, second and third place getters have up against him today when he's on the hook. Before I finish, I would like to thank the Overjudge for dedicating their time today, the RNA Show Society and anyone else who made this event happen today, because without people behind desks there is no competition. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Kate. You brought your cheer squad with you, did you? We'll ask our overjudge now, Mr. Tim Eastwell, for his comments on these 4 steers. Thanks, Tim.
Thank you. Just before I start, I'd like to thank the RNA for giving me this opportunity. Like Ben and Beck have been through in them previous classes. Don't get disheartened. Take it all in within your stride. It's only our opinion. If you can justify why you put them steers or them heifers there and be confident on the way you speak, that means more. So in this class here, I put steer 2 up on top. I think he's the most covered steer. He's the most complete package. He's not the most highest yielding steer in the class, but I think he's the most safest steer in the class. You get across the top of him, he's thick. He carries that meat right down through his twist into his hocks. Like is all touched on, we've got to judge these cattle as we're going to kill them here today. That steer's got adequate cover and is going to move on and hang up well. The steer, number one, he was my second steer. He's a completely different steer to the steer up on top. He's a more high yielding steer, but while he's there, he's just lacking that cover. He hasn't got near the cover that grey steer has up on front. He's a little bit tied through the flank. You get behind him, you can see them seams. Yes, he's thick. He's probably going to eat that other steer in yield, but that other steer is a safer steer in my opinion. And then we go down to the other apricot steer, number 3. Similar steer to the steer in second. Probably just not the highest yielding steer as the other fella. He's probably got a little bit more cover, but the other fella's, yeah, he's the highest yielding steer in the class. Probably why he's got him there, and just hope that he has got a little bit of cover. And then calf 4, sorry. He's adequately covered. He's just not the thickest steer in the class. You get behind him, he just dives away over them hips. As a few just touched on, he's just a little bit lean down through that twist and doesn't carry that mate right down through his hocks. But yeah, just be confident moving forward. Go back, thank your teachers, keep practicing, and just be mindful that all the 3 different lots of cattle that you judged has contributed to the score. Only you've got to speak on the one, but yeah, thank everybody that made us get here, and the young people that are coming through is making this next generation look bright. Anyway, thank you.
Thank you very much, Tim. Right, I suppose it's what we've all been waiting for now. There are some results. So from the 11 to 13 year age group, we'll run quickly through the highly recommendeds first, and if you could come forward to get your ribbons. The highly recommendeds in the 11 to 13 year age group: Piper Wainwright, Denver Drysdale, Tilda Jones, Alora Gould and Olivia Tomlinson. We'll ask Terry Ryan from Nutrien Ag Solutions to present those ribbons too. Nutrien, the sponsors of these junior judging classes. Right, the third place getter in the 11 to 13 year age group, Walter Woods. Second to Ava Tomlinson, which means that Imogen Blandford is our winner. Imogen's coming over there. Just don't go away. We're going to get some photos taken here in a minute. Right, the 14 to 15 year age group. 14 to 15 year age group, the highly recommended: Harry Burton, Ruby Rogan, Olivia Merchant, Millicent Burns and Laura Aquilini. Yes, yeah, don't go away. We need you all here to get photos taken to go in Country Life. You'll get your photo in the paper. Right, third place getter in the 14 to 15 year age group. Oh, hang on, we're still going. Third place getter in the 14 to 15 year age group, Zoe Campbell. Oh dear, that was a popular one over there. Here she comes. Second, Grace Muller, which means that Samuel Stenzel is the winner of that age group. So congratulations again to all of those young competitors. As I said, don't go away because we need to get your photo taken to get into the Queensland Country Life, the Bible of the Bush. (16 to 18 year age group), highly recommended once again, Damon Martin, Liam Edwards and Byron Perrott. One coming behind you there, I think, Alex. So, third place, Kate Preston. Second to Katie McCowan. And that will mean that Isla von Mengersen is the winner of the 16 to 18 year age group. And we've got a couple of championships now. We've got the Champion Schools Young Judge winner, Isla von Mengersen. And the Reserve Championship to Samuel Stenzel. Nutrien Ag Solutions sponsoring those two championships, and Terry Ryan there from Nutrien Ag Solutions to present those ribbons. Now, we just one little apology to make, and that is that we will not be able to announce the winner of the champion school or the school's herdsman competition until tomorrow. So I know some of you may have gone home by then, but we cannot announce those. The champion overall champion school, well, the High Point School, I think it is, and also the herdsman's competition for the schools. We can't announce that until tomorrow, unfortunately. We do apologise for that. We've still got that be a room pass for Ridges. There's no way of identifying which room it is, but it was found out the back here earlier on. We've still got that here. We'll probably send that back up to Ridges and they'll be able to sort it out from there. Tomorrow morning, of course, we start at 8 o'clock with our open lead steer competition, judging at 8 o'clock tomorrow morning.
The Gender View Invitational Bull Sale will offer 70 industry-relevant Limousin and Angus bulls at the Coolangatta Sale Yards, August 16 at 12 p.m. Semen and morphology tested, fully vaccinated. A bull for everyone. Contact your preferred GDL agent. The Gender View Invitational Bull Sale will offer 70 industry-relevant Limousin and Angus bulls at the Coolangatta Sale Yards, August 16 at 12 p.m. Semen and morphology tested, fully vaccinated. A bull for everyone. Contact your preferred GDL agent. The Gender View Invitational Bull Sale will offer 70 industry-relevant Limousin and Angus bulls at the Coolangatta Sale Yards, August 16 at 12 p.m. Semen and morphology tested, fully vaccinated. A bull for everyone. Contact your preferred GDL agent. The Gender View Invitational Bull Sale will offer 70 industry-relevant Limousin and Angus bulls at the Coolangatta Sale Yards, August 16 at 12 p.m. Semen and morphology tested, fully vaccinated. A bull for everyone. Contact your preferred GDL. The Gender View Invitational Bull Sale will offer 70 industry-relevant Limousin and Angus bulls at the Coolangatta Sale Yards, August 16 at 12 p.m. Semen and morphology tested, fully vaccinated. A bull for everyone. Contact your preferred GDL agent. The Gender